Sup nerds, I'm CuppaJoey and welcome back to another episode of r/thathappened, where we will be having a look at cool and groovy stories that are very true and super happened. Let's have a look. Had to share this. So the KFC I work at actually use fresh chickens on site to make their food. We have a big coop in the back and each morning the on-duty butcher does his thing. Do I have to go into detail? A lot of our staff is really freaking upset at this as they hate the fact that we basically slaughter these animals in the premises. We just don't say much because our general manager is really strict about it and argues with us every time we bring it up, and one of our old staff members got fired for threatening to expose him. Last week I decided to take action and I hid a camera inside the coop and videoed what was happening, played it on a projector I set up in the restaurant in front of all the customers. People got so mad they started throwing their food at our manager until the police showed up and arrested him. I let all the live chickens free into the eating area and everyone applauded as they all escaped out the door. I'm sorry, I had to run it the whole way. It's just the idea of run chickens in the mall into freaking traffic. It's just that image. It's really making me laugh. Find your freedom. Oh, I'm now heading to bed as I've got an early shift tomorrow as new head manager. Hashtag animal rights, hashtag love, hashtag no hate. Oh, God. I mean, this is clearly a Tumblr post, and I can see that it's got 541 notes. So, I mean, come on, nobody... I mean, there must have been, like, a small amount of people that would have believed this, but most people would have, right? I'd really be interested to see what kind of backlash they got over this. This is probably one of those Tumblrs that's now deleted because they would have got all kinds of messages and crap over it. I mean, there's just so much wrong with it. First of all, like, they wouldn't have live chickens on site, and it's not even because of health and safety or like this, it's some secret that they've got going on. It's because it's not freaking cost effective. It's absolutely not cost effective to have a freaking coop in the back. By the way, they organised a coup in the coop. Anyway, sorry. But, like, seriously, like, it just makes no sense. They wouldn't profit at all. They gotta get that stuff, like, the amount of chicken that you get for one chicken, they gotta get it stuffed in by, the bucket full, quite literally. And the idea that they set up a video and they taped it and then projected it, but now they're the head manager, even though they took down, like, what would have been far bigger than just that one KFC, had that been true. The idea that they now, like, and they're talking about animal rights and going, oh, I'm now new head manager of this KFC, as if that's going to impress the animal rights crowd, And yes, the whole releasing the chickens just out, like they would manage, as opposed to a farm or anything. Of course, everyone applauded because, everyone has to clap. That's how you know it was definitely true. But yeah, the fact that they say on-duty butcher, like, none of that would be freaking cost-effective. Yeah, as I was saying, the fact that they had a camera, they videoed it, but they conveniently don't have the video and didn't put it online and spread it wide open. I mean, come on. You can't whistle blow, if the whistle hasn't got, the little P in it that makes it, We did that experiment in high school. Our teacher used quite a large chunk in a big-ish bucket. It took longer than he expected, I guess, as after a moment he said, well, sometimes it doesn't work, and took a step towards it. My friend and I grabbed him and pulled him back a moment before it exploded. I remember saying, never walk towards the bomb. Apparently he hadn't had the same life experiences than we had, lol. This is one of those things that just, gives me diarrhea the minute I read it. It's just such a load of... Like, this is r/I am total badass, It's like the whole, we've had these tough experiences, so we did this stuff, and the teacher didn't even know, but we saved the day. And, that's definitely not what happened. And as if like, in high school, a teacher would be able to cause any kind of chemical reaction that would cause an explosion. The most you're likely to get is either a tiny little or a little fizz. And that's about it, or that mercury thing where you have to look away, but, that's a spark. It wasn't anything like a freaking bomb. This one confused me. It's another one where you got a parent randomly pretending that their child is a prodigy. Easton is this person's 3-year-old son. Easton came into my bedroom office today, turned on the live Dolphin Cam app on my phone and propped it up under my monitor. He told Alexa to play ocean sounds, then had me light an incense he selected, set it up on its stand, then hugged me and told me he loves me and wants me to be stress-free today. How amazing is this guy? I'm sorry, but 3-year-olds aren't going to be, thinking about how stressed out their mum might be. Like, unless you're actually crying or something, it's just not going to be on their radar. They're going to be thinking about, the dolphin cam. Okay, they might be wanting to see dolphins, but they wouldn't set it up. They'd be like, Mommy, can I see the fishies? Sort of thing. It's pretty much cartoons, peanut butter and jam sandwiches, and playing in the mud. I'm pretty sure that's, spinning around and going, ah. And pretty much that's all that's on the mind of a 3-year-old. Today's 6-month well check. Nurse, are you doing vaccinations, delayed, selective, or no vaccinations? Me, my husband and I researched and decided no vaccinations. Nurse, I'm not going to argue with you when you're right. If I would have known what I know now, my son never would have gotten any vaccines. Gives the thumbs up. Doctor, since we aren't doing any vaccination, would you like a list of vitamin supplements that he can take? Me, strolls out of there feeling like $1,000,000. As if any freaking doctor would advise against vaccination. The only kind of anti-vax doctors out there are ones that have been heavily discredited. And actually, they've had things peer-reviewed and researched and certain things to be found to be correlation and not causation and all of that. It's like the whole ice cream hay fever thing that you learn at school. When the sale of ice creams goes up, the, cases of hay fever goes up. Does this mean that ice cream causes hay fever? No, it doesn't. It's because both happened during hot weather. Two things could happen at the same time without them causing each other, and not only that, but a lot of it is just plain freaking false. And like that whole, if I had known before, when they say, I've done my research. No, you didn't. You looked at a few memes on Facebook and thought, well, this is the kind of mad tinfoil hat conspiracy crap I want to be a part of. I went to Walmart to buy a tub of cookie dough and a box of tampons, and as a 17-year-old boy was ringing up my stuff, he just looked at me and said, it's going to be okay. And just after that, he said, by the way, I'm 17 years old. I wanted you to know that so you can describe me in your fake text post on Tumblr. Yeah. I hate the stuff of, the hinting that someone's on their period and then doing a nice little thing. It always just feels kind of like a little bit of a violation. It's very assuming as well. How do you know? For all they know, it could have been this girl's girlfriend that was on her period or whatever. Or, it could have been for it could have been for someone else, basically. Or they could have been just stocking up in advance. It just feels really odd. And, the whole you have to buy it to be sad if you're buying cookie dough. Cookie dough's great. Give it to me all the time. I'm not going to show the artwork that this is responding to, purely because I don't have the artist's permission to post it. But it's just a little comic about, the frustration of having a nice conversation and somebody turning it sexual when that's annoying. And then this dude goes, that was everyone's reaction when my drunk GF pulled down my pants at my wedding and everyone got to see my huge schlong whittling around. Yeah, minus 59. Just God. Yeah, you have to make sure that you say huge schlong. And it isn't just a turning things sexual as a joke. It's it's somebody that's supposed to be turning it sexual because they want to get sexual. So it's so embarrassing. Again, so much of this can be crossed over with r/I have sex. So much of it is boasting about sex that they're clearly not getting but really want to get. The fact that they don't have sex, the fact that they don't have sex or haven't had sex isn't really an issue. It's the fact that they've clearly got such issues about the fact that they haven't. And it just reeks of desperation, the fact that they want to seem like this cool guy that has sex when, it's fine to not. It's fine to be a little bit later than other people. It's not a big deal. Everyone does these things at their own pace. You end up with freaking huge schlong whittling McGee over here trying to make up stuff on the internet to make up for that now. My daughter burst through the door. Dad, I got 27 out of 30 in my maths test. Congratulations, I said, then asked, shall we go through the 3 questions you got wrong? Sure, she replied, but first, could I show you the 27 questions I got right? Don't forget to celebrate the wins. Hashtag positivity. So, as this is r/that happens, we all know that this is a load of bollocks. Like, it just reads as bollocks. We're here for the bollocks, we're here to consume bollocks, and we're enjoying the bollocks. However, let's just play devil's advocate for a minute and pretend that this is true. If this were a true story, he would just be telling on himself, like, what a crappy parent he is. He would, like, be saying, look, my own daughter told me that I'm not appreciating her enough. That even if she does really well, 27 out of 30 in the test is absolutely fantastic, but I concentrated on the 3 that were wrong. Like, why would you just openly admit to being a really crap parent like that? And especially just for the freaking likes and, you know, the clout and... God, how many things did that get? 6,300? Oh, God, this is just... I'm embarrassed. I feel so much second-hand embarrassment. What freaking website is this? I thought it was Facebook at first, but it looks different. If anybody knows what website this is, please let me know, because this looks like a social media platform I've not heard of. No joke, when my car was getting searched, they found nothing. The officer called for backup. His backup was a female officer that looked like Jessica Biel, flirted with her the entire time. The guy searched my car was pissed off at me for doing it too. I think he had a crush on her, lol. Who's Jessica Biel? I need to Google this name. I'm not cool. I don't know new people. Okay, so I just googled her, she's an actress, and I had a look through her IMDb, and I've not actually seen anything that she's been in, so this has been a bit of a waste of time. I swear, just so many of these that happened are just also like r/I have sex. You know, they're like the traditional, you know, letters to, was it Penthouse or whatever? That sort of retro, you know, lads mag where, you know, there would be, oh, the other day I was in this situation, and then, like, you know, women ran along and they had boobs and everything, and then they, you know, threw their boobs at me and it was great, you know, those kinds of stories. I can't believe the cook in McDonald's invited me back in the kitchen to cook a burger after I complained about how bad my big back was, and I ended up creating a whole new sandwich on the spot, which went down so well with the customer that the staff asked me for my recipe so they could put it on the menu for future use. That's what you get for challenging me. Oh yeah, I'm sure that the McChef challenged you to an Ultra Chef throwdown. I mean, seriously, McDonald's? Like, if you want to make some crap up... Okay, let's say that they wanted to make some crap up about them being a big, you know, a big chef. I said big chef. Being a good chef that, you know, does all this crap. You know, but, like, at least try and make it some kind of high-end restaurant. At least make it a place where they can just change the freaking menu on the spot. Not one where they have a load of freaking, you know, frozen burgers ready that go from, like, frozen to cooked within 45 seconds. I doubt that you could create some kind of culinary masterpiece with that. Also, let's not even look at the whole health and safety thing. Like, can you imagine if, like, the chef of a McDonald's was like, you come back and cook it then? Like, there would be, like, Karen-esque complaints and all of that. And, you know, they would be right for well, unless they were, like, being super entitled and nasty to the chef, then no. But, you know, there would be real health and safety concerns about someone that you don't even know just coming back and cooking up stuff without, you know, wearing a hairnet or washing their hands or any of that. I mean, why? This isn't a boast saying that you know, bombarded yourself in a McDonald's and made something. You know, we're just missing the fact that everyone clapped at how amazing the burger was. Can you give me the recipe? What kind of recipe can you have with frigging, you know, frozen burgers? You might have seen on my page that I now have a Patreon. So for just £2, you will get exclusive access to my blooper reel with unseen bits that I haven't yet posted on this channel. And at the highest tier, you will get your name in credits at the end of my videos. Bearing in mind that I post a video 5 times a week, that's a lot of videos you're going to get your name in credits on. If not, a little like and a subscribe on my channel help a lot. Well, that's it for this episode of r/that happened. Honestly, I don't think it is possible to go on the internet and tell lies, so all of this must be true. And as I say at the end of every episode, if you enjoyed hearing from this subreddit or would like to hear from any other subreddit, then do let me know in the comments. And until then, I'll see you all next time.